On today's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, are you kidding me right now, Liam? You had one job, and that was don't spill your guts to Hope. I was the one that did all the heavy lifting. I had to actually touch Vinny to get rid of his keys and his wallet and his phone. He was poor, Liam. You know how I feel about poor people. But I did that for you. And the minute my back was turned, what did you do? You went and told Hope the truth. And now you're standing there and telling me that you're gonna confess to the police? Confess to killing an absolute lowlife like Vinny? Come on, Liam, think. Give me 24 hours and really think about what this could mean for the rest of your life. Hey Soapmates, welcome back. It's Wednesday, May 26, 2021. And yes, it is time for another bold and beautiful episode recap. I'm your host, Keisha Chantal. And if you enjoy cackling over the pettiness and hot mess that these soap operas tend to generate, then you've come to the right place. So please consider subscribing, giving me a thumbs up, and dropping me a line in the comments to let me know what you think about today's show. All right, let's get it on. Have you heard the terrible news? Hope went down to the curb and practically begged Liam to move back into the wooden crypt with her. So sad. She just can't quit him, and therefore I can't quit dragging her for absolute filth over her lack of self-worth. Anyway, Liam wanted to thank Hope for letting him wipe his muddy clown feet on her back once again. So he thought, ever since I hit Vinny and split him in half, the guilt has really been eating away at me. It's time to unburden myself to Hope. She's been so happy since I moved back in. I just can't allow that to continue. I have to tell her the truth. After the shocking secret is out, Hope convinces her man that now is the time to confess to vehicular homicide. So, without further ado, let's tiptoe down into the pitch black abyss that Hope and Liam have the nerve to call a home. Be forewarned, Bill is there, and he is not happy. Send in the clowns. It's Hope and Liam. And ringleader Dollar Bill, who is trying to get them to agree to a 24-hour hold before heading down to central booking and freely admitting to murder. Looks like Bill made it to the sad shack just in time to press pause on Catastrophe, you guys. But Liam isn't totally convinced. He tells Pops that he is fully aware of the ramifications of admitting to murder and possibly going to prison. And Bill counters with, first of all, what about this standard issue lumberjack fleece shirt, says designer? I have questions. Second, did you say leading Liam to a prison cell? Yes, please. Praying on it. By the way, do you think that Bill is wrong to strong-arm Liam and the Prairie Princess with these dark predictions about prison life? Call me crazy, but I can't seem to shake the feeling that he's more worried about his own neck than Liam's. Sure, Soggy Waffle took his eyes off the road for a split second and ended up killing a man, but Bill actually conspired to destroy evidence and cover up a crime. Seems to me that he could get a cell right next to Liam at this rate. Then comes prediction number 2. Bill asks Liam if he wants to be the type of dad that sees his daughter on weekends through a plexiglass. And Liam responds, but right now, I'm the kind of dad that's racked with guilt. Bill shuts him down immediately by reminding him that Vinny was a subhuman who slithered on his belly in the big farmer underworld. Don't shed no tears, baby boy. You do the crime, you do the time. Unless you're a member of the 1% like us. We live by a different set of rules. Then Liam shoots this look over at Hope. I wonder if he's remembering that this is the same guy who had sex with his wife and actively pursued her like a starving coyote. Can he really be trusted? Well, as it turns out, it can. At least for 24 hours. Liam agrees to keep his mouth shut and in the meantime, do some more thinking. So, Bill then leaves the two beautiful idiots to talk amongst themselves. How these two expect to gain any clarity in the pitch black nothingness that engulfs them is beyond all comprehension. But let's just keep going. With their resolve shot to hell thanks to Bill's bully tactics, Liam is left questioning his original decision. Hope tells him that she's also uncertain. What if Bill has a point? Liam could end up in prison for the remainder of Beth and Kelly's entire childhood. Oh no! Yeah, just long enough to be spared the influence of a pathetic weakling who ping-pongs between two women every time his ego gets bruised. Tell me again the downside of Liam going to prison? Because I don't see any. Anywho, with precious little time to decide the rest of their lives, Hope takes immediate action by securing Beth a bed at Hotel Donna for the night. And with Douglas away with Thomas, a distraction-free evening is all but guaranteed. Too bad they quickly realize that the whole thing is just an exercise in futility. So, what's it gonna be? Prison bitch? Or bitching about having to keep a secret for the rest of your lives? I'm gonna go with prison bitch. As a matter of fact, why don't we just take Soggy Waffle and just throw him under the jail so that we can be free from his waffling forever? That would be my vote. Hope addresses the irony of how close they came to being a family again, only to be pulled under by another tide of crisis. Yes, yes, yes. It's a familiar tune I like to call My Life with Garbage. We were so close. I know, and it's all my fault. Don't worry, I love your filth more than I love myself. We're gonna get through this. Tears of a clown. Here we are back at Spencer Publications, home to the most ornery CEO in all of Los Angeles. Bill just got back from the Sad Shack, and I regret to inform you that his mood hasn't improved. As a matter of fact, just because Wyatt and Flo are in his office, breathing air and being basic, they are going to have to bear the brunt of Bill's wrath. Because, let's be honest, what other function do they have? Flo plus Wyatt equals flat. Wyatt tried for the 5011th time to get Bill to tell him why he and Liam have been acting so weird, but Bill won't budge, and thankfully, that means it's our cue to leave. Let's head on over to Forrester where something's actually happening. Welcome to Zoe's Thirst Garden, everybody. Good fashion and common sense died here, so don't mind all the flies buzzing around. Ugh. God, I mean, seriously, what in the Dia de los Muertos is this woman wearing? Just when you think it can't get any worse, it does. Yikes. Zoe won't stop gushing to her BFF about how she really showed out and helped her get back in the game. And Quinn says, oh, hey, I didn't have to resort to any tricks. You know, I just got lucky, that's all. And you stepped in, didn't you, Quinn? You put your foot up and you arched your back and you went to work, honey. Woo! Lord of mercy. And then she shoots Carter this look from across the room. And just take a look at Carter's face, will you? These two are playing with some fire, okay? Somebody's gonna get burned. Just then, Shauna walks in looking like she's dressed for a play date on the high seas. Zoom in on those frills, please. Immediately sensing that she just walked into the room at the wrong time, Shauna attempts to backtrack and says that, it looks like I interrupted something. Let me come back. And Zoe stops her and says, oh no, I actually would like to talk to you. Woman to woman. And what happens next is gonna blow your mind. Well, what had happened was, your man is fine as hell. And since you were dumb enough to take him for granted, I decided to take advantage of your stupidity. I mean, who's gonna stop me? You? See, this is what Shauna should have said instead of actually entertaining Zoe's foolery and this conversation. Shauna tells Zoe that that's actually between her and her man, and Carter agrees, but Zoe is adamant. She wants to hear Shauna's side, which leads Carter to kind of step in and say, please, it's in the past and we need to move on. Translation, girl, stop embarrassing me at work. Now I done told you, okay, that we're done. I told you that I want to move on with you. So please, shut the hell up. And as for Quinn, no one believes you, sis. You can talk from sun up until sundown about how you're eager to get back into vanilla sex with Eric, okay? Not after what we saw Carter do to you against the wall. He ruined your thighs. He did. And I don't know what woman would be able to forget that. I know I wouldn't, but I felt it deep down in my soul. Carter is just so delicious. Anyway, I am very eager to see where this Hot Mess Express gets off next, because I tell you, it is going to be so delicious. You know I'm right.